Interviews are competitive, sometimes very competitive, so the right preparation is a must if you want to get that job offer. And the higher up in the career ladder you go, the competition gets tougher because there are less jobs and the competition is better, just like you. In this video, I talk about how much preparation you should do for professional level jobs and above, the 4 key factors that will decide if you pass or fail, and I give you 9 tips for preparing for your interview. My name is Jess Coles, and I've sat in over 1,000 interviews as a hiring manager, hiring all levels from junior to CEO. I have personally been through many tough interviews and assessment days to get management level jobs in top companies. If you're new to this channel, Enhance.training provides online business courses to help professionals, managers and business owners improve their performance. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share it with friends. So back to how to prepare for an interview. You've got that exciting invitation to go to a meeting with a company after sending in your CV. It's a great feeling, followed quickly by the realisation that getting through those tough, pressurised competitive meetings are not easy. Interview preparation is about what to do and how much of it to do. Let's cover the easiest of these 2 first. The preparation needed really does depend on how much competition there is for the role that you're applying to, and of course how good the other candidates are compared to you, both in terms of doing the job and their interview technique. One of my friends went for a job at BP straight out of university. He got one of the 2 jobs available out of 4,000 applicants. I haven't come across that level of competition since, at any level from graduate to director. And obviously it's very hard to estimate what preparation the other candidates will do. To give you an idea of what the average professional does, a survey asked 1,500 mid-level professionals how long do they spend preparing for interviews, with the following results. 60% spend 4 hours or less preparing for a job interview. 28% spend between 5 hours and 9 hours preparing for a job interview. And only 12% spend 10 hours or more preparing for a job interview. So based on this, we suggest that you spend at least 10 hours preparing. This simply gives you a better chance of getting into the top 10% of candidates at interview. And if you're not in the top 10%, then you have a much less likely chance of being considered for a job offer. In short, you really can't spend enough time preparing. But against this, if you have a day job already, then it's a real challenge to fit in your preparation time. When you get home from a long day at work, interview preparation is probably the last thing you want to be spending your evening doing. But think about the goal of getting your target job. What will it mean in terms of moving your career forward, the extra challenge, the extra pay, the extra social status, or whatever you value most about having it? Put the hours in, it really is worth it. So this brings us onto our next challenge. What to do with the time we do spend preparing. There are several different routes to preparing well for interviews. Your preparation should have started well before you started writing your CV. You have done well on the CV stage to get to interview, so we won't dwell too much on the pre-CV writing preparation, other than to say that understanding your strengths or your best points and being able to talk clearly about them is critical. Without this step, all the other steps are a lot harder to do and probably will take longer, and you probably won't get as good an outcome at the end of it. So let's go through 4 critical factors that will decide if you pass or fail at interview. A key factor when deciding on which candidate to offer to is confidence. You need to be confident in what you are telling the interviewer. After all, if you're not confident in what you're saying, then the interviewer will not be confident in you. If you're calm, clear in what you're saying, and deal with the follow-up questions without getting flustered or losing your confidence, you'll be doing absolutely fine. And you get confidence by working out what you're going to say to all of the typical questions that are likely to be asked, and then practicing those answers. If you want more information on how to approach this, go to Enhance.training, select courses, and then select how to ace an interview. If you're not excited about the role and the team that you're going to be joining, then you're probably going after the wrong job or applying to the wrong team. You have to be interested, excited and keen on the role and the people that you're going to be working with. And this really shows through during the interview, and it's really hard to fake. As an interviewer, I nearly always put keenness and team fit ahead of ability. If you are keen, you'll be hungry to learn. If you fit in with the team, you'll be happier and do a better job. This is all about attitude and approach, both of which are very hard to teach. The knowledge or experience to do a task can be learnt much more easily in comparison. If you are not keen, then the interviewer will not be keen on you. It really is that simple. You have to be able to do the job you're applying for, and this may seem obvious requirement to most. Many people can write a good story on paper or on their CV. The interviewer will be checking your story as much as they can throughout the interview by asking questions and requesting examples. So select your examples with care and position each in terms of how it helps the company or the team be successful. Expect follow-up questions on the examples that you give. It is harder to prepare for the follow-up questions than the initial question, and this helps the interviewer separate the okay people from the good people. And try to anticipate as many of the follow-up questions as you can and prepare answers. You have to leave the interviewer with little or no doubt that you can do the job that you're applying for. This does not mean that you have to do everything in that job. You will need to have done, say, 60 to 70% plus of the tasks and responsibilities that make up that job before. And of course, this percentage climbs the more competition there is for the role. Interview technique is an under-practiced skill. I mean, after all, most of us only apply for a new job every 3 to 5 years. Your interview technique accounts for 60% plus of your success at interview. Getting to interview means that you should be able to do the job on paper. So think about what makes a lot of the difference between candidates at interview. I mean, imagine going to a high school exam having done no exam practice. Would you expect to pass? And interviews are very similar. I've sat in over 1,000 interviews as a hiring manager, and there have been so many times that I suspect a person will be pretty good at their job, but I can't offer it to them because another candidate has made the effort to show that they are good at their job. They have made more effort for the interview, so I assume they'll make more effort when they actually do the job. Making the effort to learn interview technique strongly indicates that a candidate will make the effort to be good at their job too. And this is obviously a very desirable trait in any employee. To learn more about improving your interview technique, see our courses at Enhance.training. Here are 9 key tips for you to help improve your interview performance. Firstly, choose the right job for you within the right company. This is where your research comes into its own. Secondly, research the opportunity you're applying to. Make sure you know about the company, the people that you're meeting, recent news articles, what's on their website, etc. Thirdly, position your stories, examples, strengths and achievements in the right way for the job that you're applying to. It is a really important step. Don't move on until you're really happy with all your positioning. Get help from friends, books or courses if you're struggling to do this. Fourth, practice your answers to all the typical interview questions before you start going to interview. If you need help in this area, take a look at our interview question bank. Fifth, get your interview outfit or outfits, a formal and a smart casual one, ready in advance so you know exactly what you're going to wear. 6, plan the route and make sure you know exactly where you need to be for the interviewer and turn up early. 7, smile, make good eye contact with the interviewer and prepare some starters for small talk to help you and your interviewer relax on you as you go towards the room for your interview. 8, enjoy the interview. You're finding out more about the company and the people as well as getting one step closer to that job offer that you really want. The more relaxed you are, the better you'll do at interview. And 9, When you get the job offer, get back to the company fairly quickly with a yes and start negotiating your offer. You want them to know that you're keen on taking the role. Playing games at this stage, if you want the job of course, often backfires. So there you have it, 9 tips to improve your skills. Knowing how to prepare for interview makes a big difference to the quality of your interview preparation. The better that you get at interviews and the job hunting process, then the more job opportunities become available to you. And you also get access to the better jobs, and both of these progress your career quicker. Interview skills is an essential skill set to develop to move your career forward. And of course there are many other skills needed too, and you have to deliver results and value to your employer. It is possible to improve your interview skills fairly quickly with the right preparation. And of course it takes a lot longer to develop your achievements, on-the-job skills and experience. But both are really important to your career advancement through interviews. So good luck in your job hunting. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button below and subscribe and hit the bell to get notified of our weekly video releases. This really helps us produce more videos to help you. Thanks very much for watching and I look forward to seeing you again soon.